Good day, everyone. So for this video, we will talk about complex rational expressions. So our objectives is to understand how to simplify complex rational expressions. But before we do the skill, let's try to understand first how are complex rational expressions provided to you. So first, let's try to understand kung ano yung ibig sabihin ng mixed rational expressions. So when we talk about mixed rational expressions, it's a combination of a polynomial and rational expressions. So for example, we have here x plus x over 5. So this is a polynomial. So our polynomial here is the x. And our rational expression is x over 5. Okay. So it's a combination because we're adding them, a polynomial and a rational expression. And then, here's another example. So this is a polynomial. This is our rational expression. And then here's another rational expression. So to combine the polynomial and rational expression for x and x over 5, since the operation is plus, recall that the denominator here is 1. You need to find its LCD, which is 5. So automatically, that would be our denominator. Then, whatever is your LCD, we divide it with the first denominator, 1. So 5 divided by 1 is 5. Then we multiply it with the 1s in the numerator. Same with the second rational expression, x over 5. So 5 divided by 5, 1. Then times x, so x. Then you will get 5x plus x all over 5. Then 5x plus x is 6x over 5. So we're able to simplify the mixed rational expression. How about the second one? That would be 1 minus 5 over x plus 6 over x squared. So if you look at if you find the LCD here is just x squared. Kasi nga, di ba, yung x dito, andun naman siya sa isang x dito sa x squared. And then may isa pang x, so x squared. So automatically, x squared yung magiging denominator natin. Then we just have to divide it with the denominators, then times the numerator. So for the first one, it's 1 over 1. So its denominator is 1. So x squared divided by 1 is x squared pa rin. Then 1 times x squared. Next is minus 5. So x squared divided by x is x. Then times the numerator. Then plus 6. X squared divided by x squared, 1. So that's what we need to multiply to 6. So you will get x squared minus 5x plus 6 all over x squared. So this is now the simplest form. So take note, hindi na natin to masisimplify. So baka kasi yung iba, this is the common mistake, that they will just cancel out the x squared here. So take note, the entire numerator includes minus 5x plus 6 with x squared. So if you would want to cancel the x squared, minus 5x plus 6 must go together as well. Pero yung denominator, x squared lang naman siya. So hindi natin makakancel out yung x squared. Okay? Not unless naka-factor siya. Ayan. So now, we're ready to understand what's complex rational expression. So we commonly call it as complex fractions. So by definition, the numerators and denominators contains rational expression. So if you look at this one, maraming fraction bar ang nakikita natin. But this is the main fraction bar. And notice that this is our numerator, this is our denominator. And in the numerator, you'll notice that this is our rational expression, this is our polynomial. Okay, the twist here is that when you look at the denominator, you'll also see another rational expression, another polynomial, and then another rational expression. So that makes it a complex fraction because in the numerator, you will see a rational expression and a polynomial, and in the denominator as well, you will be seeing again another rational expression added with a polynomial added with another rational expression. Okay, how about this one, the second one? This one is a complex fraction because this is the long bar. So this is our main fraction bar. The ones on top is the numerator. The ones below it is the denominator. Notice that in the numerator, may polynomial and then may rational expression. Sa denominator naman, may polynomial ulit and then may ibang rational expression. So that makes them complex fractions. Now, how do we simplify them? So there are actually two methods on how. So let me introduce first the first method. But to better understand the steps, let's consider example 1. We are asked here to simplify 8 over a minus a squared all over, this is our main fraction bar, all over a plus 2 plus 1 plus 2 over a. So, based from the first method, the first one, is to find the LCD of the complex numerator. So, ito yung complex numerator natin. So, focus muna tayo dyan sa 8 minus a squared. So, hanapin natin yung LCD niya. So, ano ba yung LCD? Okay. Yung denominator a lang naman. Yung a squared, yung denominator 1. So, automatically, the LCD is a. So, next step. So, tapos na tayo sa a. B. Find the LCD of the complex denominator. So, dito na naman din sa denominator. So, kung titingnan natin lahat ng mga denominators, may 2, may a. Yung 1 over 1 lang naman. So, automatically, hindi sila pareho. Yung LCD, 2a. So, tapos na tayo sa B. Letter C. Express the numerator as a single fraction. So, meaning we'll have to perform subtraction. That's 8 over a minus a squared. So, alam natin na LCD is a. So, that means yung denominator natin automatically a na. And then, the LCD divided by the first denominator a is 1. So, yung i-multiply natin sa 8, 1. Then, minus a squared. Yung denominator ng a squared, 1. Pero yung LCD, a. So, a divided by 1 is a. So, that's what we need to multiply in the numerator. So, that means it will result to what? So, skip muna natin yung denominator. If you simplify that, that would be 8 minus a cubed over a. So, tapos na tayo sa C. So, na-express natin siya sa isang single fraction. How about the fourth step? So, fourth step, express the denominator as a single fraction. So, pareho pa rin. A over 2 plus 1 over plus 2 over a. Yung LCD, 2a. So, yung denominator natin expected to be 2a. So, gagawin natin, divide natin si LCD by 2. So, 2a divided by 2 is a. So, yung i-multiply natin sa numerator na a. Yung result pagkatapos natin i-divide. Plus 1. That's the second part of the denominator, so plus 1. So, wala naman, yung denominator niya 1. LCD divide by 1. So, 2a pa rin. So, times 2a. Then, finally, plus 2. So, may a dito. So, 2a divided by a, 2 na lang. So, meaning, i-multiply natin yung numerator na 2 with 2. So, simplify lang natin. Main fraction bar. A times a is a squared. 1 times 2a is 2a. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay, so tapos na tayo sa fourth step. So pagkatapos, divide the numerator by the denominator. Use the rule for dividing fractions. So, the keyword here is rule for dividing fractions. So, ano nga yung rule? So, kapag itong main fraction bar, that's referring to division. So, what do we do if the operation is division? Yung nasa taas na complex fraction sa numerator, ikakopy lang natin yan. We change the division or the main fraction bar into multiplication. Then, anong mangyayari yun sa complex denominator natin, yung nasa baba? Kukunin lang natin yung reciprocal niya. So, ipagpapalit lang natin. So, 2a over a squared plus 2a plus 4. So, pagkatapos niyan, magka-cancel out na tayo. So, yung maka-cancel out natin dito, okay, teka lang. Pwede nating makancel, yung mauuna natin maka-cancel out, pwede si A. So, pwede na natin i-cancel out si A. Isang A sa numerator, isang A sa denominator. Then, if you notice, si 8 minus A cube, pwede natin siyang i-factor. So, ano ba yung factor ni 8 minus A cube? Diba, pwede natin siyang gamitan ng SDTC. Kasi nga, perfect cube si 8, perfect cube si A cube, then minus. So, ibig sabihin nito, yung factor niya is, okay, 8 is 2, then this is minus A, then square of the first term is 4, then opposite plus product of the two terms, 2a, always positive, then a squared. Okay. Ano yung napapansin natin? May maka-cancel out na ba tayo? So, the answer is yes. Pareho sila. A squared plus 2a minus plus 4. Ito lang, nasa unahan si 4 at saka si 2a. But this is commutative. So, kung i-arrange lang natin, a squared plus 2a plus 4 pa rin to. So, maka-cancel out na siya. Okay, ayan. So, we have our final answer already. Okay. That would just be 2a, 2 minus a, times 2. So, i-distribute lang natin yung 2. So, 2 times 2, 4. 2 times a is 2a. Ayan. The answer is 4 minus 2a. Okay, that's the first method. Now, we'll give you an option on how to answer this kind of problem. So, let me present to you the second method. So, same problem but another method. So, first, let's follow the steps. Find the LCD of both the numerator and the denominator. So, ibig sabihin, ipagsasabay natin. Diba kanina, hinanap natin yung LCD ng nasa numerator, then naghanap din tayo ng LCD sa denominator. Ngayon, lahat sasabay natin. So, ito yung main fraction bar, ito yung numerator, ito yung denominator. So, hanapin natin lahat ng denominator na nakita natin. It's A, 2, then A. Yung the rest, itong A squared, 1 naman yung denominator. So, no need to write that down. Same with the 1. So, ano yung LCD? LCD is, so, pareho silang may A na. So, isa lang, then 2. So, the LCD is 2A. So, tapos na tayo sa step 1. Step 2 naman, multiply the numerator and the denominator by the LCD. So, ibig sabihin nun, yung 8 over a minus a squared na numerator natin, i-multiply natin yung 2a. Then, pagkatapos, yung denominator din, magmo-multiply din tayo ng 2a. Okay? So, why is it that it's okay to do that? Because at the first place, 2a divided by 2a is just 1. And 1 exists in any number. Because, let's say, 5 times 1 is still 5. 10 times 1 is still 10. So, kahit mag-multiply tayo ng 1, okay lang. So, we're just manipulating. So, just like what we're doing right now. So, 2a over 2a is just 1. And that's okay. Now, we just have to multiply them. So, 2a will be multiplied to 8 over a. So, that's 2a times 8 over a. So, makakancel out yung a, di ba? So, because 8 divided by a is just 1. So, matitira na lang 8 times 2. So, 8 times 2 is 16. Ito naman, a squared. So, 2a times a squared is 2a cubed. Ito naman, sa denominator, 2a times a over 2. So, makakancel out yung 2. So, a times a na lang, a squared. Then, 2a times 1, 2a. Then finally, 2a times 2 over a, makakancel out yung a. So, 2 times 2, 4. So, if you notice, in step 2, we're able to cancel out the denominators of all the rational expressions that we have, both in the numerator and denominator. Diba? Wala na. So, parang isang rational expression na lang yung resulta. Now, we're asked to simplify the result by using factoring. Okay, if you look at the numerator, 16 minus 2a cubed. 16 is a Okay, notice that in the numerator, 16 minus 2a cubed, 16 is actually in here you can factor out 2 as a GCF. So GCF pa pala tayo. Diba palaging GCF yung unahin natin. So if you factor out 2, that would be 2 times the quantity of 8 minus a cubed. In which you can factor out 8 minus a cubed as using SDTC. So dito, nag-GCF tayo. So SDTC dito, say si 8 perfect cube, si a cube din perfect cube minus. So that would be 2 minus a times the quantity of the square of the first term for opposite, then product of the two terms, so 2a, always positive, then the square of the last term. In which, yan din yung denominator natin. So, cancel out. So, that's 2 times 2, 4. 2 times negative a is negative 2a. So, there you go. So, we end up with the same result. So, it's up to you which one would you prefer, but in my case, I would prefer second method based from my own opinion. But of course, it's up to you kung saan kayo mas comfortable. So, you have an option to use any. As long as we will end up with the same answer and the properties are applied correctly. Okay, let's have our last example. So we have here 1 plus p over m minus p all over 1 minus m all over m plus p. So ito yung main fraction bar natin. So ito yung numerator, ito yung denominator. So yung sabi ko sa inyo, in my end, I would use the second method, but feel free to use the first method if you want. So, lahat ng denominators dito, denominator ni 1, 1 lang naman. Yung denominator dito, m minus p. Ito 1, ito naman m plus p. So, yung first step is to find the LCD of all the denominators that we have. But wala namang common, m minus p, hindi na siya factorable. Si m plus p, hindi na din siya factorable. So, automatically, the LCD is the product of m minus p and m plus p. So, the next step is to multiply the numerator with the LCD. So, kumbaga ito, i-multiply natin ng m minus p, m plus p. Yung denominator din, 1 minus m over m plus p. I-multiply din natin si m minus p times the quantity of m plus p. And then, we just have to distribute. Okay? So, if we distribute this to 1, that would still be the same. M minus p, m plus p. Then, we distribute the LCD to the second. So, plus, okay, kapag i-multiply natin, makakancel out si m minus p. So, yung matitira na lang, p times m plus p. Then, sa denominator, okay, pareho din. Yung LCD, i-multiply natin sa 1. So, that would be m minus p times the quantity of m plus p. Then, i-multiply natin sa second term, or sa rational expression dito. So, that's minus. Makakancel out yung m plus p. So, yung matitira na lang, m times m minus p. Okay. Now, if you look at this one, may common sila. Sa numerator, may common factor sila, m plus p. Okay? So, pwede natin yang i-factor out. So, that would just be m plus p outside. So, kumbaga, i-factor out natin, yung matitira na lang, m minus p and then plus p. How about sa denominator? Sa denominator, pareho din. So, may common factor sila. That's m minus p. So, that means you factor that out. That would be m plus p. And then here, that would be m plus p minus m. Okay. Ay, sorry. Minus pala to. Minus. Okay. Minus. Ayan. Okay. Now, pwede pa natin tong i-simplify. So, ang mangyayari magiging m plus p, ito, m minus p, pwede natin i-remove yung parenthesis, plus p, magiging 0 na siya. So, yung m na lang matitira. Dito naman, m minus p, m plus p minus m, magiging 0 si m minus m. So, p na lang yung matitira. And there you go. That's the answer. It would be better if we write it as m times the quantity of m plus p all over p times the quantity of m minus p. Okay? That's it for complex fraction.